I've just got to beat my race bib number.
What's your race bib?
I don't actually know. Name's Nat Heath from TRIMOB. I'm Tim Reed's #1 athlete here in the house, and I'm planning on finishing top 150 in my age group. I was fortunate. I grew up in a little town called Smiths Lake, and as a kid we used to go out where the original Ironman Australia was, which it was in Foster. It was called Foster Tuncurry, I think, Ultra Ironman or something like that. And we used to go out as kids on the bike ride and watch legends like, I think Norman Stadler come out one year, the Finnish guy, Pauli Karua, who won it multiple times, Laurie Bowden. So I used to go out as a kid and actually scab water bottles. I'd be like, water bottle, water bottle. But we had 3 guys from local Nippers Club who did it, and I think it planted a seed for me as a young kid that one day I would do it. And so I always saw it as the ultimate test of like endurance triathlon, and particularly the Ironman. And 2010 I ended up getting this illness called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is where your immune system attacks your nervous system and end up with like full body paralysis. And the doctor said you'll never have the same speed, strength or endurance. And when he said endurance, I was like, and I was in a wheelchair for a little while, and my ultimate goal was like, I just wanted to be able to run again and get that freedom. But he planted this seed, like I got a bit of oppositional defiance disorder, and because he said I'd never have the same endurance, I was like, well, I'm going to do a triathlon to prove you wrong. In 2011, I did my first ever triathlon. I think I came like 230th out of 260, but like I was just addicted right now. I was like, I've got to get better. And then, yeah, did my first half Ironman later that year. Tim Reed actually won it in his budgies. Didn't know who he was. Thought he was a bit weird. But no, like triathlon then, you know, for me, I set a few goals. One was to do an Ironman. Did my first ever Ironman in Western Australia, 2013, and just fell in love with the sport. And I guess that crossing that finish line, there's nothing that sort of emulates that feeling when you actually work for something. And coming from a team sport mentality, sometimes you could just be relying on other people doing the work for you, and I felt like this was something that actually you had to be committed to, and it actually changed the way I operate as a human. That if I wanted to achieve something, I had to work for it. And I guess for me, is one of the things that was really noticeable is it was a very white sport, not much cultural diversity, and I thought it was a real opportunity a missed opportunity that First Nations people weren't participating in the sport. So yeah, in 2019 or 2020, I was like, that's it, I'm gonna go away from my own selfish endeavours of trying to qualify for Kona and be more about how can we get more of our people into the sport. And that's where TRIMOB was born. So, and the big part of what we do is about empowering our people using the sport of triathlon, improving mental and emotional health, but also physical health. So we all know the power that triathlon can have on any individual, and we want to provide that opportunity for all Australians and First Nations people, and get more people to learn and celebrate First Nations culture too. So over here on the Big Island in Hawaii, the Hawaiian Ironman, and I'm one of 5 First Nations people to ever qualify for the Hawaiian Ironman. And we had Nadine Hunt last year, who was the first ever First Nations woman to do the Hawaiian Ironman. So pretty cool to follow what she has done last year, and this is my second time here in Hawaii. I did it way back in 2015, a young, arrogant youth running up Palani Hill saying, is this as hot as it gets? And back here for a bit of redemption in 2024. And I think I'm in a much better position through the support of Aid Station, particularly around my nutrition. So Aid Station has come on board as a partner of TRIMOB, and what they do is we have a program called IMOB where we train up each year a group of First Nations people with the sole goal of doing an Ironman. And we had our first group in May. 6 individuals do an Ironman, and they were supported through Aid Station, where they were provided $1,000 to spend in their shops. So that helped them with all their nutritional needs for not only race day, but most importantly, actually the lead up to the race. So they could actually, support their nutritional needs, get all the fueling they need, because it is a completely different sport, triathlon, and one of the additional legs of it is obviously your fueling. So without Aid Station, we would not be in the position we are as an organisation, and they've kept that support up. They're now supporting our next 8 athletes and are doing an amazing job. So yeah, super stoked to be on board with Aid Station. And personally, they're looked after us, so I'll be using some of their products that they sell, most particularly Precision Fuel. So I have roughly, I think, what's 90 times 3? Let's do the math of that, 180, 270. So I'm taking about 270 grams of Precision out on the run. I don't expect to use it, but it's always good to have. Also, one of our ambassadors that we love to support, Steve McKenna from Nerd Belts, or who's the founder of Nerd Belts. I always carry Nerd Belts. So on the run, I will have Precision tablets as well, 1,500 milligrams. My coach, Tim Reed from RPG, he's done a sweat test on me, and I'm a heavy sweater, so I'll be popping half a tablet in one of the V3 bottles from Aid Station, or from Nerd Belts that is sold at Aid Station, and using that to help with my sodium losses. So on the ride, I'll carry some Aid Station bottles. I use Infinite, which they also sell for the bike ride. Use some Precision gels on there just to top up with carbohydrates, and just try to stay on top of it on the run. Every time we're out on race course, all you hear is up the mob, and the fact that we've got ambassadors like Craig Alexander, Steve McKenna, Reedy's coaching our athletes for free, just the support that we've got, and it's meant so much to us, and to be able to provide opportunities for more First Nations people to get involved. So I know, like, the benefit it can have. We all here who are, love triathlon know the things that it can give you, both personally and professionally. Like, when you cross that finish line and know what you're capable of, you can then apply that to any part of your life. So I think it just opens up so many opportunities for our people and lessons, and also provides an opportunity for non-Indigenous people who have never been connected to Indigenous people to just sit and talk to First Nations people, learn more from them, and then essentially build reconciliation within this country. And like, we're a non-for-profit organisation, charity, but we're also a triathlon club, completely open to everyone. And 50% of our members are non-Indigenous people who just want to get behind, support what we're doing, but actually just want to engage and learn more about First Nations culture. So if we are able to, I guess, feel like we're accepted within our own community and have non-Indigenous people, I guess, love us as Indigenous people, that does a lot for us and our well-being. So that's what's been fantastic, just to see so many people, I guess, just enjoy seeing TRIMOB be successful and supporting our athletes. There's a lot of toilet paper being used, not just for going to the toilet.
What about Appo?
Appo's probably head rooster, so whenever he starts crowing, people start moving.